there we go, there's the project. So we're gonna just film as we go, and we'll start take the marquee off, strip the T-molding, and start taking this, take the wiring out, and then start taking this paint off and see what we got for a cabinet under there. And then it is spring, weather's kind of getting warm out there, still cool, but can't wait. This hobby can't wait. Really enjoying it. All right, gang, let's go for it. Hey gang, I'm back with another machine. You know, this project or this hobby, I mean, keeps going for me. I think I have a little bit of a problem. I had up to 3-4 games in this tiny garage, half of the garage that my friend lends me. But we are keeping going. Just, you know, the hobby, the electronics part of it, it's just intriguing to me. But here's the next project we're going to tackle. It was a Sky Soldiers game that I picked up locally from a collector. He had no use to it, you know, it's not a dedicated thing. I'm going to strip this down, make it into a multi-cab. Everything kind of needs to be changed, painted, whatnot. I've started already, if you can tell. But we got some pictures when I first picked it up, and you can take a look at that. Cue the pictures and the corny music. Go. Okay, here the game is now. I mean, it's got some ridiculous marquee up top. Wells Gardner monitor. It's good. Like I said, there was Sky Soldiers game in it that worked well. You know, the cabinet's in pretty good shape. It has this kind of, I don't think it's paint. I think it's some sort of vinyl that was stuck on. I can't tell. I'm gonna heat it up and see if I can strip it off cleanly. There's leftover wiring, so I've taken the game out, disconnected everything. I'm going to be pretty much pulling everything out. The coin door that I pulled out is over here, and that's actually in really good shape. Most of the coin doors come in there dented, heavily abused, but this one's in really good shape. So I'm just going to clean that up. It's going to be quite easy. And I noticed this coin door is a fairly modern one. At least I'm not familiar with it. Has these clips. It actually doesn't. You don't have to drill holes through the cabinet. This fastens to the back side of the cabinet. Basically, just traps the door in there with this screw once you tighten it up against the wood. So it's pretty handy to go in and out pretty quick. So that's that. What can I tell you? This is a dynamo cabinet, far as I can tell. Still learning these cabinets, but it was kind of a generic cabinet that you put games, any type of games that come out in the late 80s, early 90s. It was kind of good for all games. Operators used to buy these, and then they could just switch games in it. And it's got a JAMA harness in it. So JAMA, if you're not familiar, it's just a standard type wiring system. That's the edge connector, and you could basically interchange games. It's like plug and play. Take a board would be screwed onto the wall here, take it off, put in a new board, plug that in, and then you're good to go. It was definitely standard that came out in the 80s that the operators that got used to rent them out, rake money off them, that, excuse me, just help them out utilize these cabinets a little better. When the games kind of got a little old and started losing money, they could just switch it in with the new game. So there it is so far. I guess I could show you the control panel here. So I took, that is out. So it's been painted this red. It's kind of got a hammered look. Most likely maybe it was black before. Joysticks, pretty good joystick. I don't know the name, but they're pretty good, long lasting. I had just finished a little game that I had in here. It had the same joysticks in there, hold up quite well. There's the rubber grommet in there that may need replaced, but it's in here. But it's still operating pretty good. And talking about that game, actually I might cue in, show that game right now. It was show you some pictures. It was a cute little cabinet I picked up. It was a couple hours away drive. Guy was selling it. It had it actually had this game in it right here. This is Guerrilla War. That was in it. And had taken it out, but he had operated this cabinet here, this brown wood panel, and it's a good size. You know, it's a good size to handle. Controls are good. Looks pretty good as far as aesthetics. I replaced the T-molding. There's a lot of scratches that I've taken out with a bit of elbow grease and some, I just used, what do we got here? These little putty type crayons. They're basically for wood and wood grain. And it was kind of a quick fix for some of the scratches that were on the cabinet. Okay, so that's that game. Is a nice little project. I wouldn't mind making more of those small cabinets. It's a good size, especially for getting it out of the basement. But anyway, getting back to this game here. This control panel. Not crazy about these type of buttons. I like the leaf switch buttons, a little more responsive, I think. But anyway, here's part of that jam harness. Anyway, we'll get it fixed up. I did notice that. I'd like to be curious what is on the other side of that. So what they've done to this control panel is they put this black plexi on here. Usually that's because they've drilled different holes in the panel. And usually what happens is you open the cabinet and you take a look in here and you kind of tell, but I still can't tell because they've actually put this piece of copper plate in here. So I like to take this off, this plate inside and out, so then see what actually what kind of controls this control panel did have. Kind of rediscovering sort of thing, so it's kind of neat. And we'll get this painted up. I mean, the red's a little too much for me. But there we go. There's the project. So we're gonna just film as we go. finished scraping this off. Let's take a look at this cabinet. It's actually in really good shape. There's only a couple of spots I have to worry about. All these edges are tight, except for this top corner. It's busted off, and a big deal in this bottom corner, which is small, but no, that's a good side. That's pretty good. I like the shape of this cabinet. It's quite like an Atari Centipede. No, it's good. It's very good. So I'm gonna flip it over and tackle the other side. Second half is cleaned up. Using that heat gun and scraper helped a lot. Got a nice, fairly clean finish. There is a bit of the old glue to the left. I'm not sure if that'll come off with sanding. I'm going to sand it smooth. But that side looks good. Due for a little cleanup here. I got all the shrapnel here to pick up. But it's coming along, and that worked well. Okay, we had a pretty good start today. We got pretty much all of this removed, this vinyl, except for a little bit here. Get some of that glue off, get some of it real nice and flat. It's actually a really good surface, except for a little bit of blemishes and whatnot, but it's so tiny. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to paint it or put some laminate. That vertical, very thin 3/32 vertical laminate on it, but I still have time to decide that. We got a really good start on it. All right, gang, we will see you on the next one. All right.